How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC leak discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at a bunch of information that Sabi has been recently talking about, because there's just been some misinformation that's been floating around with Sabi, so I want to go ahead and clear a few things up, and also talk about some of the new information he has actually given us about Fighter number 5. However, guys, as always, and I cannot stress this enough, just because Sabi has come forward and said a bunch of new information, that does not mean that all this information is going to end up being 100% real, so make sure you guys take this with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. Unfortunately, guys, I do not have a link to the original post, because a lot of stuff is going to be like links to screenshots from his Discord and everything else like that, so everything that you guys are going to need to be able to see is going to be up on screen, and of course his Twitter will be in the description. And now, guys, with all of that out of the way, I have to tell you guys where this information came from. So guys, like I said, all this information was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord server, so if you guys haven't already joined up, you can find a link to my Discord, as well as links to all of my social media presences, such as my Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon, in the description right down below, as well as the pinned comment. And now, guys, with all of that out of the way, like I said, all this information comes from screenshots from Sabi's Discord, as well as some information from Sabi's Twitter, so yeah. Everything that you guys are going to need to see is going to be up on screen, so let's just go ahead and take a look at all this new information. So yeah, guys, like I said, all this information was sent in to me by one of my subscribers, so big shout out to you, Mika901. They were the person who sent in all the information last time when we talked about Gordon and Monsoon and everything like that, so yeah, special shout out to you, my friend. So what Mika said to me was, hey, Sabi just posted this and some other new info has popped up. So first of all, guys, I feel like I should give a little bit of background for those of you guys who didn't know. Basically, there was this leaker over on Discord who said that he was gonna leak like the next installment in the Half-Life franchise, and he started talking about the game that was actually just announced, Half-Life Alyx. Now, I don't know everything about the game and whether or not he got everything he said correct, because honestly, like I said, Half-Life isn't really my type of game, so I'm not like super into it, but I know that he got like all this information correct about this game, and he also said that one of the main characters, Gordon Freeman, is actually going to be the next Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC fighter, so yeah, it's looking like at this point, Gordon Freeman actually has a very strong chance of making it in, and apparently, Sabi has gone ahead and commented on it, so yeah, let's go ahead and see what Monsoon has to say. So he says, before I go, I will say one thing as someone asked me. If with Gordon as Smash DLC, will Valve be bringing games to the Switch and stuff? And it's unclear right now, since the way that Valve functions is very unorthodox. They spend a lot of time moving around projects, and this is where the whole desks on wheels with Valve comes into play. We don't know anything yet. They have been approached by Nintendo in the past for games for the Switch, and while one was in development for a while, Half-Life Tactics, before being cancelled because Valve is Valve, that was like 3 years ago. Valve and Nintendo are in the talks a lot. Valve has stated that they are jealous of Nintendo in a lot of ways, to which someone responded, sadly, Monsoon deconfirmed Team Fortress 2 content, so no Poppy Joe, and Monsoon says, let me reiterate that I'm not blanking memeing blanks, so I'm sure you guys can fill in the blanks there. And then we actually had Sabi come forward and mention something about this, so let's go ahead and see what Sabi has to say. So Sabi says, so people pointed out to me today that Monsoon's Alyx leaks were spot on some points. Perhaps, maybe, he wasn't trolling when he asked me not to deconfirm yet. I'm not confirming this. I don't know if it's legit or not, as I haven't heard anything about Gordon quite yet. So it's fair to speculate on this leak. Unless I'm mistaken, there's a possibility to all of this. So, wow, guys, as you all already know, like, I think that Sabi is the most credible Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leaker, and for him to come forward and say, like, yeah, this is the possibility of being real with this guy actually getting this information right, that's just extremely insane. Also, guys, before we go ahead and talk more about Gordon and everything else like that, we need to go ahead and actually deconfirm something, because there's a rumor floating around right now. Well, it's actually a screenshot that someone made to look like Sabi said something, that was sent in to me, and Sabi has actually come forward and said that this is not legitimate, like he did not say this, so yeah. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that this is 100% fake. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, as you guys can see on screen right now, here is the image that was apparently doctored. So in this post, the person who posed as Sabi said, Fighter Pass 5 as of now is Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. So yeah, we actually got confirmation from Sabi that this wasn't him on his Twitter. So as you guys can see on screen again, Sabi goes ahead and says, no, I didn't say Arthur is Fighter 5, that's fake. So yeah guys, don't believe that, it is not real. Arthur is not coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, at least not right now. So now guys, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Gordon Freeman possibly joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as well as Sabi's thoughts on the character as a whole. Now to a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of you guys are confused as to why Sabi did not actually come forward and say, yeah, this is legitimate, or no, this is definitely not something that's happening. Well guys, for those of you who didn't already know, Sabi has stated publicly that he has a variety of sources, and so far, he has only heard one character's name for Fighter Pass 5 from one source. So like, if that source ends up being wrong and Sabi starts spreading misinformation, not only is Sabi going to lose credibility, but the person who leaked it could actually get it tracked back to them. So yeah, I completely understand why Sabi is staying as secretive as possible as of right now. It definitely does make sense. Now, this begs the question, does this mean that Gordon Freeman actually has a chance? And honestly guys, I think he does. Now personally, like I said multiple times, I really don't know that much about like the Half-Life game franchise. Like I know that it's extremely popular and a bunch of you guys probably love it, so if you guys do, let me know why in the comments. Now, once again, I think he's very possible. You know, with this leaker getting all this information correct about this new VR game for Half-Life, when everybody thought that Half-Life 3 was going to be the next game to come out, like yeah, it seems like either this guy actually has credible information or he just got extremely lucky. Now, it is possible he got extremely lucky, especially like with the title and everything the game was going to be about. However, I think this guy has insider information, and it is possible that maybe he had information about that, but no information about the next fighter. So, at this point, it's really just a game of waiting and seeing. However, guys, there is one other character that I think has a strong chance of joining as the 5th fighter on the first Fighter's Pass, and obviously, that character is Lloyd Irving. Now, I originally wasn't going to bring Lloyd Irving up in this video, but a lot of new information has surfaced, so yeah, I really want to go ahead and talk about this. So once again, this was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord, and I am not going to go ahead and share his name, and the only reason I'm not going to is because I didn't explicitly get asked to. So if you guys send something to me and you want your name in the video, just make sure to let me know, and that way I can do that. So he starts by saying, hey, I noticed you've been including your thoughts on Lloyd coming to Smash in some of your videos. Just wanted to give you some info that would complement some of the points you've made. Tales of actually does have a new game coming out next year. It's called Tales of Arise, but has only been announced for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One so far. They really amped up the visuals compared to their last few games, so I think they're really trying to make a bigger footprint, kind of like what Dragon Quest XI did. Maybe Bandai Namco wanted to announce it for the Switch or make a version for the Switch like Dragon Quest XI did. There's also already an HD remake of Symphonia that they released for the PS3. Since the Tales of Vesperia HD remake did well for the Switch, maybe they're going to bring the Symphonia remake over as well. It'd make sense since Square Enix has been bringing a bunch of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts remakes they made in the past over to the Switch as well. I like how you compare Lloyd's movesets to his appearance in Smash Flash 2. You could also mention that his gameplay in Tales of Symphonia is almost identical to how moves work in Smash. Up B, side B, down B, and neutral B all do different moves. They also have Mystic Arts, which are basically Final Smash moves. Tales of Symphonia is also the best-selling Tales of game of all time, so very special thank you to you for sending this in, my friend. I really do appreciate that. So yeah guys, there's also a ton of evidence for Lloyd Irving at this point, so honestly, I really have no idea who's going to be joining the battle next. However guys, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts about who you think is going to be joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate next. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts about Gordon Freeman, as well as Lloyd Irving, and everything that Sabi had to say. Honestly, guys, at this point, I think it could go either way. Gordon Freeman seems likely, Lloyd Irving seems likely, or it could just be some character that nobody has seen coming at all. So the Game Awards this year are going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to find out who it is. However, guys, with all of that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.